Alrighty. Welcome, avid rugby league fans, to a spectacular and inaugural edition of Boldo's Tears. In this riveting segment, we delve into the heart and soul of the current Cronulla Sharks rugby league squad, meticulously crafted by the unparalleled Bolderman brothers. Picture this: years of exhaustive research, countless sleepless nights, multiple heated debates, and unwavering passion have birthed these tears. Get ready for a dramatic, accentuated, and downright exhilarating journey as we unveil the essence of the Cronulla Sharks like never before. The brothers' dedication shines through, and you're about to witness the excitement unfold as we tackle Boldo's Tears.
Thank you, Lats, for that wonderful introduction. Look, Boldo's Tears. Look, it's kind of a hybrid of a few different elements of just analysing the current Sharks players. What this is not, it is not the salary cap. It is not necessarily who is the most skillful or most talented player. It is who right now in the Sharks team is making a contribution greater than their position might suggest, or what we might expect from them, or how much of just an overall legend is this player. Because it's going to be the most what we anticipate. And I know that so many of the Sharks players are anticipating and just so excited about who is going to be top of Boldo's Tears. And so I expect this to be the major prize coming out of oh, yeah, that's right, Kay. So poetic. So let's get into it. Boldo's Tears heading into the 2024 season. All right, the not swimming today tier. Well, these guys, they're just not really swimming. So I'm not sure how we describe them, but I'm not sure how many matches these guys are going to make. We're not going to spend too much time out these guys. But at least they're not swimming with sharks and getting into trouble. All right, on to the next. Franco's going to claim these guys. That's what we're calling these guys, because I just have a feeling that one of them is going to come good. And whichever one comes good, Franco's going to say, I told you about Stone Street, or I told you about Hero, who I've incorrectly spelt as Ico. But that doesn't matter because Franco will claim them anyway. On to the next. The next tier, well, I'm just calling these guys, I guess. I guess they're in the team. I guess they're kind of floating around the squad. We want to see more from these guys. I guess, all right, cool. Thanks, guys. Kafusi, Jesse. Well, Jesse's injured. Teague, do some more. Trindle. All right, on to the next tier. The Ghost of Pom. Oh, goodness, who's going to be the most coveted and worrisome tier? Why is this tier called the Ghost of Pom? Because these guys, like Pomeroy, you kind of love them, but you also hate them at the same time. And they do something good and then they do something bad. And you're just not sure whether you should actually like these players or not.
What is going on with these spelling here?
Talaki.
I cop it every week, and Boldo's can't even get spelled tears right. What is it? Tears as in you're crying, or tears as in you're building something?
And T-I-E-R-S. So that's the whole point of it. So,
yes, go.
Glass is a massive Pomeroy thing.
Opposition fan, of course, is a big fan of Pomeroy.
I'd love to run into Pom in a corn mosh pit, that's for sure.
All right, well, anyway, that's the Ghost of Pom. Williams and Rami and Noodles. Poor old Kale, Ico. All right, on to the next. This tier, we're calling them the Matt Moylans. Geez, you got to be worried. Why are we calling them Matt Moylans? Because like Matt Moylan, you just kind of look at him and you go, oh, goodness, these guys, well, they should just be better. They're also always bloody injured, these guys. So we're calling them the Matt Moylans because you just look at them and think they should just be better in our team. That being Toby Rudolph, Hamlin Uele, and Dale Finucane. All right, so that is the first page of the tiers. On to the next. Love them or hate them. They're cult heroes, but they should be coming off the bench. And it just pains me to have promoted Cam McInnes to the same tier as Tom Hazelwood. Oh, goodness. But they are cult heroes to some. Like, I love Tommy, and I know some of you guys absolutely love Cam. So to prove that the Bolderman brothers, we're not biased and we don't hold a grudge, and we're prepared to learn from our, as new information is presented to us, we are saying that Tom Hazelwood and Cam McInnes are on the first page of the Sharks tiers, and we love them and we hate them at the same time. Step back, Franco knows best. All right, cool. Well, Franco, we can all log on to YouTube and set ourselves up with a new account and comment on this screen, but well done, and thank you for that. We look forward to hearing from you, Franco, in a second. All right, the next one. Is that you, Andrew? Well, that's because these guys are just good-looking players, and we just know they're just absolute key guys, but we've just got to get more out of these guys. We just need to find a way. It's like the whole thing with Ettinghausen. He was like a legend state of origin player. We played him at 5'8". We played him at fullback. How do we get more out of Nico? How do we get more out of Blake Brayley? And how do we get more out of William Kennedy? We know these guys are legends. We know that they're great. We also know that if they don't play, they may not make we may not win the match. All right, the second last tier, the penultimate moment, and the Buzz, not Rolffield tier, because it's not Buzz, because you are Rothfield and a legendary Telegraph Sports writer. It's because second comes right after first. And second on the tiers, I can reveal that Ronaldo Mulatalo is second with Britton Nakora on the tiers. Ronaldo's a little bit out of form. I would have said last year that Ronaldo was our absolute form player. And Nikora was also a bit of a legend last year. So second's not such a bad thing. However, topping Boldo's tiers, heading into the 2024 season, person that I'm saying is now my favorite legend, because I'm allowed to change my mind, is Sione Katoa. And I know I've been on Team Ronaldo for a long time, being better than Katoa, but I went back and looked at some of the moves from last season. And that move that Katoa pulled on Latrell Mitchell was just so good. Oh. It was just so good. And some of those tries, the thing about Sione Katoa is, firstly, he almost gets as many tries as Ronaldo, but he is outside Ramian, which makes it heaps harder for him to score, because we know Ramian doesn't like to pass. And also, you can just throw the ball to Sione Katoa, and sometimes he just finds a way to score. So therefore, Sione Katoa, congratulations. You are top of Boldo's tiers heading into the 2024 season. I hope you can stay there, but I look forward to other players moving up and down the tiers. That's the whole set of tiers. You got to admit, Williams, it is a work of art. How well have I done with the tiers? It's perfect, isn't it? There's nothing you could possibly think could remotely change about the way I have categorized and listed all of the Sharks players. It's 100% right.
Let me talk. Right. So, obviously, you're not a lawyer, but you were very close there. You almost said you made a mistake there, but you used some weasel words to get out. We go, no, I've got to change the errors of my ways. I've recalibrated my views. So, looking at it, so pardon my ignorance, but do the actual tiers themselves change each time you issue a new set of tiers?
Yes, they do. So,
wow.
I kind of change them based on. So sometimes you might have one player on his own tier. So it depends. So it's kind of
so. The tiers change and the players change, so there's no point of reference. It's not like a Hall of Fame. We've got an all-timer or a silver, or it's just a...
No.
I was going to say it was a bit like, initially it's like, wow, this is like Russell Crowe, what's his name, John Nash, beautiful mind, how good. And then it quickly digressed into the ramblings of the Unabomber and his manifesto. Just... complete bollocks, stuff going everywhere. I love Sione Katoa, and you've obviously spent a lot of time with my lovely son, who thinks he is the best player of all time too. And I agree, he is fantastic. But he is a winger. He is not the most crucial player in this team. Big impact.
Hold on. Lats, what is this not?
True.
It's not professional. Not the salary cap.
We all know the halfback is the most important position. It's the tiers of players based on the position they play, the impact they have relative to the position they're playing, and also the financials that they've got. Otherwise, you can just have a salary cap and have Nico Hines at the top of your tiers every week.
Agreed, but I think still with Sam Stonestreet now, like Katoa, yes, okay, hear me out. 2022, Katoa did his shoulder while scoring a try against the Cowboys. We lost Katoa. Then we had a revolving door in the back line, including we had Connor Tracy, we had Lockie Miller, we had all kinds of things. I think Talakai played on the wing there, and he had his ankle injury as well. So, yes, losing Katoa was an impact. But I think if we were to lose Katoa tomorrow, yes, he brings a lot, but I don't think it would be... okay, it's all relative, but everything's grey. You can look at things different ways. I'm not sure what I just witnessed. It was entertaining, but I'm not sure what we have achieved. I love your reference to space, Buzz Aldrin being the second man on the moon. That's great. I can't say anything about Buzz Rothwell. G'day, Buzz. Good on you. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed Vegas. But yeah, I don't know. I think I'm in shock. I don't know what's happened.
Oh,
Chris Kelly, what's your reaction to the tears? They're good, aren't they?
I mean, we had an earlier segment where Boldo went through the team list, and he literally has 4 copies of the team list with everyone spelling in their names, and he can't even get Blake Brayley right. He can't get
How did I get Blake Brayley wrong? Did I? How do you spell Blake Brayley?
wrong as well, mate. Like, honestly, like you have 4 copies of the team list, and you can't even copy and paste them across. So I think we made the promo.
Actually, I was more worried about the formatting, actually, because just getting the people in the right position and also the size of the heads actually kind of took a little bit of time.
Post the boys on the top.
I have a proposal. If we nut out some solid tiers, some ones that you can actually stay and go, cool, here's your, I don't know, your best fringy or your best outside backer, your best player that's played over 50 games. The options are limitless, but when they're kind of moving tiers, there's no point of reference. I think this is a great concept for looking back and going, compare your Matt Daylight with your Eon Crossan with your Ronald Prince. That is my dream podcast right there, to go into that minutia. But at the moment, we'd be able to do that.
How can you not agree that Sione Katoa is just like an absolute legend Sharks player?
I'm not.
Is he not the biggest legend in the Sharks team?
He's fantastic, but if the tiers keep
and
changing...
And he's your son's favourite player. So
exactly. But if the criteria keeps changing, there's no way of... And good on him, Tim Kelly, King Katoa, for sure. But if the criteria changes...
The criteria isn't changing. The criteria is based on which player is making the greatest contribution based on their anticipated and forecast skill level, what they should be doing for the team, the position they play, and how much money they get paid.
Okay.
And it is a controversial, not controversial. It's just a beautiful mind kind of. And look, if you want to see the salary cap or listing the players, or you want to see the Dally M points, knock yourself out. That's not what this is.
I'm a man of numbers. I'm a man of rationality, despite what it may seem. So I don't know. Maybe we can call it, kind of in a nutshell. You cheapie. Watch Sam Stonestreet will knock over Katoa if Katoa gets injured. I hope Katoa plays every game this year. But yeah.
Well, no, I think if Katoa drops out, then someone else. So it does open the door for Cam McInnes or Toby Rudolph or whoever it is to jump up based on
that would be a momentous occasion for your favourite player Cam McInnes to be atop your tiers.
Well, Cam McInnes is good. It proves Cam McInnes has moved up the list. All right, Lats, have you got a commentary for me on the tiers,
mate? That segment was almost as cooked as your top 17. How can you have Teague Wilton in the? I guess Teague Wilton.
So you would move. Who would you move up, Lats? Would you move Teague Wilton up?
I'd move Teague Wilton up.
One of our best players last week.
Katoa, absolute legend of a human being, a sexy try scorer, and a good player. But as Williams alluded to, like, it's a winger on top of the tiers. It's quite a replaceable position.
Who is the most form player coming out of, for you, Lats, coming out of?
Hey, he's our number 1 fan.
Probably. Apart from the obvious Nico, but I'd say Nikora could be up there.
You think Nico was the top form player, despite the fact that he played the first Origin match, and really?
But at centre. Out of position.
I agree. Just like Teague, Royce, and Trindle are pretty much running. They're a massive part of this team going forward this season. Those guys will be skyrocketing after a couple of weeks up that tier.
100%. I think because of Trindle, that allows Talakai to play in the centres, just based on the defence that Trindle covers on that left edge there.
That's true. So, for example, let's just play this scenario out. If after 10 rounds, Braden Trindle and Nico Hines are on the same number of daily end points, then you could expect that Trindle might be higher on the tiers because of the anticipated performance of those players. But look, this is why it's a discussion point.
That's why it's called
That's why it's called Boldo's Tiers. If you want to come up with your own segment, Lats, then come up with your own damn segment. But,
I'm not against the segment. Just some of the selections.
Confirming. Just
I'm
confirming,
this segment is completely ridiculous. Like, don't worry.
No, it is gold. I love it.
just confirming that. So Boldo's tears of happiness, tears of despair, tears of.
Or it could also be tears because I'm tearing them up and then doing a new set.
Oh,
So we're going to do these every single month, and we aim to have them kind of indicate which players are in form. All right. Well,
Boldo
look,
Power Index.
it is kind of the Boldo Power Index.